What's up everyone, Acid Glow here. I checked out the latest gameplay footage of Aliens Fireteam, which you can view on IGN's channel. I'm going to quickly go over the key points of what's highlighted in the game. I'll put some gameplay footage in there so you can get an idea of how the game is. So let's begin. The first thing is the performance of the game. The team has worked on the game to run very well. The commentators mentioned that they got at least 60 frames per second at 1440p resolution, but the game can still be upscaled even more. But the recording for the video is around 30 frames per second. I'm not sure why, but they could have recorded the game in 60 FPS also. The classes are brought up along with their weapons. The Technician class sets up perimeters, has access to a turret and charge coils during the mission. If you want to clear enemies, then the Demolisher class is for you. It has micro rockets, a blast wave, grenade launchers, a flamethrower, and a smart gun. Now, just below the smart gun, you can see a few bars. The top one is for displaying damage bonus, but I'm not sure what the bottom one is for. The Gunner class is the standard Marine with the M41 pulse rifle and shotgun. It also has access to frag grenades. There was something mentioned about overclock. This could be related to the next thing I want to point out. If you look on the screen, there's a yellow bar that builds up as you kill aliens. If you maintain a kill streak consistently, it builds up extra damage indicated by the yellow bars and text. But as you stop killing aliens, the damage bonus goes down over time. It's a way to help you deal more damage when waves of aliens start to attack the team. Now, the overclock ability seems to give you and your teammates instant plus 20% more damage for about 10 seconds. You have the option to play the game solo with some bots, but it's recommended that you play with friends, as they will be more useful than bots. It does not look like there is a designated class for using the motion tracker, as all the Marines seem to have it on screen. Each class has cooldowns on 2 unique abilities, which you can see on the bottom left part of the screen. As you progress through the game, you can upgrade these with perks. Cold Iron Studios really wanted you to play the role of each class, instead of having everyone as a standard Marine that can use every weapon. It's kind of different from the Aliens vs Predator games of the past. In AVP from 1999, the multiplayer modes did allow you to spawn as a standard Marine that could pick up any weapon, along with specific Marine classes that could start with one main weapon and be limited to just using that. In AVP 2 from 2001, the game server could apply class weapons on or off. If it was enabled, the Marines would have 4 classes, each one spawning with the weapons designed for that class. You could turn this off and then pick up every weapon on the map if you want to. In AVP from 2010, there was no class system. You would spawn as a Marine using a pulse rifle and just pick up other weapons along certain parts of the multiplayer map. When you have classes of Marines, it does encourage players to work together more often, giving you a role to fill, just like in the movies. You're going to see more alien types in this game. One of them that was shown is the Xenomorph Burster. When it explodes, it leaves a huge pool of acid, which makes close encounters even deadlier. It's one of those alien types that needs to be taken out from a distance. The Xenomorph Spitter makes a return once again. It functions the same way as before, launching acid projectiles from a distance, and a pool of acid does damage over time. Each enemy type has their own AI. Each Marine class is going to carry 2 main weapons, but there's about 30 weapons in the game you can use, so you can swap them for something else that your class can use. Using the turret requires you to bring up another menu. The turret will auto-detect enemies and shoot them down. It has 300 rounds before it self-destructs. Thermal rounds seem like a damage boost to your weapon. It reloads 25% of your equipped gun's munitions with thermal damaging rounds. When the turret is placed down, it even has a laser sight used for targeting. And yes, Xenomorphs can destroy the sentry turret. If you're really into the story, you can check out the novel Aliens Infiltrator. It's going to serve as a prequel to the video game Aliens Fireteam, and is set to be released on April 20th of 2021. Here's a short description about the novel. Dr. Timothy Hoenikker arrives on Pala Station, a Weyland-Yutani facility, lured there by the promise of alien artifacts. Instead, he finds a warped bureaucracy and staff of Misfits testing the effects of xenomorph biomaterials on living creatures. Unbeknownst to the personnel, however, there is an infiltrator among them whose actions could spell disaster. Also on staff is Victor Rawlings, a former Marine who gathers together other veterans to prepare for the worst. As the personnel receive a delivery of alien eggs, the experiments spin out of control, and only the former colonial Marines can stand between the humans and certain death. In the previous video, I did talk about another prequel story, which is going to be spread over 4 issues from Dark Horse Comics, but that was discontinued when they had issues with the writer Brian Wood, so the novel is going to be the only prequel story for now. The charged coil grenades are used in the game at some point, and its main purpose is to slow the movement speed of the xenomorphs. When you get overrun by aliens, it helps to slow them down even a little bit so you can get more control over the situation. A xenomorph warrior appears later on. It's taller, slower, but has a lot of health points. It pauses for a second and then lunges forward with a pounce that grabs the target. It only does a small amount of damage. It was killed shortly after this attack, so we did not get to see what happens during this animation. When your teammates are down, you can revive them like other games. Just hold a button and wait. You can see a timer above them. This possibly means that the player will die when the timer runs out. The small icon beside your second skill is your medkit. It appears to give you full health when you use it. If you want a challenge, increasing the difficulty will affect the damage from the alien's acid blood, and also friendly fire is turned on, so you need to be very quick in killing aliens from a distance, and also be careful not to hit your teammates. Throughout the levels, you can also find a hidden cache. It will contain extra consumable items and even cosmetic rewards. You will go through 12 missions, arranged into 4 different campaigns. Each campaign takes place in a different location, along with different enemy types to mix things up. It all comes together in one big story. The length of one campaign can be on average about 1 hour to complete. During one part of the video, we get to see the special ability of the Demolisher. It's a shoulder-mounted cannon with laser sights for targeting. Shortly after, it fires out 3 explosives. In the previous video, I mentioned that the game does have a cover system, but versus the aliens, it seems like it's not so useful. Perhaps it's a feature meant versus other humanoid enemies like the synthetics. You can also jump forward and roll. It's similar to what you see in Gears of War. This might be a feature you can use to evade aliens and keep your distance from them. Can we just call this game Gears of Aliens, or maybe Aliens of War? The Xenomorph Jumper makes an appearance as well. When it locates a target, it locks onto them, jumps, and pushes them down. While you're on your back, you have to press a few buttons in the proper sequence to get the jumper off you sooner. The Katanga refinery station is similar to the station that was being towed by the Nostromo in the first Alien film. They are going to show us more environments as the game progresses in development. So, from the gameplay that I see, I think it's close to Gears of War or even Resident Evil Operation Raccoon City, except with aliens. It may not be on par to other games like Aliens vs. Predator or Alien Isolation, but you can see they're trying to give this game its own identity. It does look fun, so I'm going to try it and give it a chance. Now that we have more gameplay footage and a better understanding of the weapons, skills, and a few alien types, is this something you want to try this summer of 2021? Put your thoughts in the comments section. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the first gameplay video, leave a like. I'm going to cover this game again in the future when more information gets released, so make sure you subscribe to my channel and enable the notification bell. This is Carlos or Acid Glow. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.